Welcome, welcome back. It's Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir's MSG Junior College E-Content Development Department. Myself, Anand Joshi, a teacher in biology from the Department of Biology, MSG Junior College. Friends, with this video lecture series, we are providing you with all the essential basic syllabus for standard 11th, and today it's going to be chapter number 11, that is study of animal types. Friends, this animal types, it was a chapter that was originally designed for introducing you the basic animal structure, architecture of the animal body, so that it become easier for you to understand the human anatomy as well as physiology. So once again, I would like to welcome you to this e-content development department initiative by Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir, MSG Junior College. Thank you. Hello students. In today's video lecture, we are going to start with chapter number 11, that is study of animal types. And for your new syllabus, it is only one animal which is kept for type study, and it is obviously the cockroach, PERIPLANETA americana. Friends, as far as Indian subcontinent is concerned, around 5 species of cockroach are found, and these include the most common one, it is PERIPLANETA americana. Now this PERIPLANETA americana, it is also referred as American cockroach, or even Bombay canary, or even it is more common in the sheep, and that's why it is sheep cockroach. Then the second one, it is PERIPLANETA castrolaceal. Now this PERIPLANETA castrolaceal is many a time referred as Australian cockroach, or generally it is the South Indian cockroach, as it is more predominantly found in South India. The third species, it is Blatta orientalis. It is named according to the origin in the oriental region, and that's why it is called as oriental cockroach. The fourth one is that it is called as Blatta germanica. Now Blatta germanica, as the name indicates, it is more commonly found in German subcontinent, and that's why it is called as German cockroach. And the fifth one, it is Shelfordella tartara. Now this cockroach is predominantly found in North India, and that's why it is called as North Indian cockroach. So these are the 5 species of cockroaches which are found in the larger Indian subcontinents. But more commonly, it is the PERIPLANETA americana, and we are going to study the anatomy and physiology of PERIPLANETA americana in this particular chapter. So friends, first we are going to see the systematic position of PERIPLANETA americana. Obviously, it belongs to kingdom Animalia. Secondly, it is the phylum Arthropoda, characterized by jointed appendages. Then the class Insecta, the largest group of animals in the living world. Then it is the order Blottodia. Then family Blottodi, belonging to genus PERIPLANETA, and species is obviously Americana. So friends, this is the systematic position or classification of the PERIPLANETA americana. Now basically, this PERIPLANETA americana, it was the name that was suggested by Burmeister in 1838, but it was renamed by Carolus von Linnaeus as Blatta americana. Actually, the Blatta americana that was suggested for the cockroaches that were first found in Mexico, America, but now they are found world all over. Every creek and crevices of the living world inhabited by human being, it will have the association of cockroaches. Now commonly these are found in kitchens, stores, toilets as well as bakeries. Every possible place they are occupied by these cockroaches. And basically these cockroaches are nocturnal animals. They are active only at night. They are cursorial. That means they are running animals rather than flying, and omnivorous. It can eat each and everything that it comes across. It may be a newspaper, it may be a notebook, it may be vegetable material, it may be non-vegetarian material. Each and everything that it comes across, it will be devoured by the cockroaches. Now these cockroaches, they are characterized by higher abilities of acclimatization. They can adjust to every extreme condition. They can be found in very cold places like refrigerators, or even they can be found in furnaces. So they have got very high degree of acclimatization, can adjust to every possible environment they are coming across. And they can be controlled. Cockroaches are considered as a human pest, and they can be controlled by using sprays of DDT, or even in modern times pyrethrin and gamexine are useful for controlling the population of cockroaches. Now friends, the first thing that we are going to understand, it is external morphology of these cockroaches. Now first, it is going to be the ventral view, where you can able to see the antennae, the head region, then the walking legs and abdominal region along with the reproductive structures. From the dorsal view, you can able to see the extended antennae, then the wings are there, walking legs can be seen, then the segmented abdominal region is there, and towards the end of the body, these are the anal cerci that can be very easily seen. So that is the first appearance as far as external morphology of cockroach is concerned. Now cockroaches, they show dorsoventrally flat, elongated body. The body size, it generally ranges from 3 to 5 centimeters in length and just 1.5 to 2 centimeters in width. Actually, these possess reddish brown, very dark brown colored bodies, and that can be very easily helpful for them for keeping them safe in the darker environment where light is very less. Now, actually, if we see the body as an animal, it is bilaterally symmetrical. It is made up of 3 germ layers, that is ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. That's why it is referred as triploblastic, and it is a coelomate animal because it possesses true coelom, which is separated by 2 layers of mesoderm. Now, body cavity of cockroaches, it is referred as hemocoel, and it is filled with a colorless connective tissue fluid that can be referred as blood, and better way, it is named as hemolymph. Now, in case of cockroaches, you can very easily identify a male and a female cockroach because they show presence of sexual dimorphism. And as a single structure, you can say the body is divided into head, thorax and abdomen. If we see the exoskeleton, in case of cockroaches, body is protected by a very hard, waxy, tough and non-living material which is forming the exoskeleton. Now exoskeleton is formed by nitrogenous polysaccharide that is referred as chitin that provides strength, elasticity and surface area for attachment to the muscles. Now each body segment of cockroach is covered by 4 chitinous plates. They are called as sclerites, and from the dorsal surface they are having tergum, from the ventral surface they are having sternum, and from both the sides they are having lateral plates that are called as pleurons. Then we'll go for the body divisions of cockroaches. Now basically a cockroach body, it consists of head, thorax and abdomen. Here you can understand that there is no neck which is present in these animals. Now in body division, the first component is obviously the head, and head of the cockroach is flat, triangular and compressed anterior-posteriorly. From anterior-posterior surface it is compressed, and that's why it is called as anterior-posteriorly compressed head. Now head is made up of actually 6 segments or plates in embryonic condition, but these plates or segments, they are fused in adult cockroaches. Now head is connected to the thorax by a very narrow negligible neck, which is not actually neck, it is called as cervicum, and this cervicum is responsible for attaching head of the cockroach to the thorax at the angle of 90 degrees. And this condition where the head is attached to thorax by making a degree of 90 degrees, it is called as hypognathous condition. Now if you observe the sensory organ of the cockroaches, obviously first we'll talk about the eyes. Now eyes in cockroaches, they are compound eyes, and that are actually made up of large number of smaller simple eyes that are called as ommatidia. In case of cockroach, a single compound eye, it is made up of around 2000 smaller simple eyes that are called as ommatidia. And we know that each and every ommatidia is capable of acting as a single individual eye. Now if we see the exact structure of eyes in cockroach, you will get surprised to know all these ommatidia, they work in synchronization, in rhythm, and as a result of that they are responsible for producing what we call it as an mosaic vision. Now the second sensory organ in case of cockroaches, they are called as antennae, plurally, and singular it is antenna. Now antennae, these are paired, long, filamentous structure that are located between the compound eyes of cockroaches. Now antennae are lodged in specialized antennal socket, and they are acting as olfactoreceptors that are responsible for sensation of smell, and tactoreceptor that are responsible for sensation of touch. Now at the base of antennae, you can have small rounded fenestrae, and these are presenting the additional simple eyes. Now these additional simple eyes, they are acting as photoreceptors, but they are not useful for vision. They can only identify the dim or bright light. And if we see the endoskeleton of the head region, it is called as tentonum. In case of insect, the endoskeleton of the head, it is generally referred as. Now the second portion of the cockroach body, it is referred as thorax. And thorax is actually made up of 3 segments. And these segments are referred as prothorax, mesothorax and metathorax. Now these 3 pairs of walking legs that arise from the thoracic segment from the pleural region, and each walking leg is made up of 5 podomeres or subunits. Now thorax is provided with 2 pairs of wings also. Additionally, if we see the walking legs, it can have the structure like coxa, trochanter, femur, tibia and tarsus. Now each walking leg is attached to the thorax between pleuron and the sternum. Now each walking leg, it contains 5 podomeres as we have enlisted: coxa, trochanter, femur, tibia and tarsus. Now actually if we see the first portion, it is uppermost coxa, then it is followed by a small trochanter, then elongated femur, the thigh bone, then tibia, the longest bone of the leg, and tarsus. Now these tarsus, they are additionally provided with the tarsomeres. Now each tarsus is made up of 5 small units called as tarsomeres. Now these are tarsomeres. They show apical tarsomere that bear hook-like claws and adhesive pad, and these adhesive pads are very special. They are referred as aroleum. And other tarsomere bear additional adhesive pads and they are called as plantula. Now cockroaches, they are provided with a pair of wings. Now these wings, they include the first pair of wing in the mesothorax and the second pair, it is in the metathorax. The prothorax doesn't contain any pair of wings. Now in female, the wings, they can reach up to the end of the body part. But in case of male, the wings, they project little beyond the surface of body and thereby very easily the cockroach that has got wings up to the end of the body must be a female, and the wings extending beyond the body surface, definitely it will be a male cockroach. So that will help you to understand the external morphology and sexual dimorphism. Now first pair of wings, it is dark brown, it is leathery and it is opaque and it is only protective. It is not helpful for flying as it is, we can say, little heavier. It is unable to fly with the help of first pair of wings. Now cockroaches, they are not famous for their flight because the wing muscles which are provided to both the pairs, they are very weak, and with the help of these weak muscles, the cockroach can fly up to 2 to 3 feet or even we can say 5 feet at a time whenever the life of the cockroach is in danger. Now actually the flight muscle, although they are weak, but we should remember them as the first pair, that is called as tergosternal muscle, that is used for elevation the wings. The second pair, it is dorsal-longitudinal muscle. They are used for depression of the wings. The third one, it is the anterior pleural that doesn't have any role in the flight. The fourth one, it is basilar muscles. Now these muscles, they are helpful for flying up to a very small distance in case of cockroaches. Now abdomen in cockroaches, it is consisting of around 11 segments in embryo, but in adult they are fused to form 10 segments only. Now 10 pairs of spiracles, they are present, 2 in the thorax and 8 in the abdominal region. Now from the 10th abdominal segment, a pair of anal cerci, they arise and touches the ground, which are acting as sensory organ for receiving sound vibrations. A pair of anal style, it arises from the 9th segment in male and it will help to identify the male and female cockroach. So automatically it will become a sexually dimorphic character. Now friends, initially itself, we have said that the exoskeleton of cockroach, it is made up of a highly specialized tough protein that is called as chitin. Now that chitinous exoskeleton, it is made up of very small plate-like structure that are called as chitin cuticles. Now these cuticle is actually made up of smaller plates, and particularly in the head region of a cockroach, if we see, the 6 plates are there in the embryonic condition, in neonatal condition, and these 6 plates, they are named as vertex or occiput. The second one is frons. The third one is clypeus. The fourth one is labrus. The fifth one, it is a pair of geni, and sixth one, it is a pair of post-occiput. They are forming the exoskeleton of the head region. Now in thoracic region, the exoskeleton dorsally, it consists of pronotum, mesonotum and metanotum. Pleura from the lateral surface and sternum from the ventral surface. In the abdominal region, tergum, it forms dorsal, sternum that form ventral, and laterally the pleura are present. Now in case of male cockroach, 8th terga is embedded beneath the 9th terga, whereas in case of female, 7, 8 and 9 sterna, they are fused to form highly specialized reproductive structure that is called as brood pouch. Now plates, and sclerites are attached to one another as well as body of cockroach with the help of highly specialized membrane that is called as arthroidal membrane. Now, arthroidal membrane of fifth and sixth segment, it contains stink glands. Now, these stink glands, these are responsible for producing characteristically bad smell or aroma that is useful for repelling the enemies away from the cockroach. So, these are the protective mechanism developed by the cockroach. Now, anus of the cockroach is surrounded by 4 calcareous plates, and these plates, they include dorsal epiproct, ventral hypoproct and 2 lateral paraproct. They are protecting the anus, that is the end of digestive system, which is protected by exoskeleton. Now if we see the body cavity in cockroach, it is hemocoel, and this hemocoel is filled with a fluid connective tissue that can be referred as blood or hemolymph. Now true coelom in case of cockroach, it is represented by only few cavities that are present in the reproductive organs or gonads only. So mind it well that the true body cavity coelom is represented by cavities within the reproductive organ. All the other body cavities, they are not the true coelom, but in fact they are representing the pseudocoelom. So we can say once again a very important thing is that true coelom is present within the reproductive structure, reproductive organs only in cockroaches.